Copenhagen is one of the world's most livable cities, so for tourists, few European destinations are as easy to visit as the Danish capital. With a sublime subway system, easy-to-navigate cycle lanes, and a beautiful network of canals and waterways, we know you'll quickly fall in love with Copenhagen. And while traveling here might be a breeze, you'll have trouble deciding exactly what to do in the city because there are so many great places to see in Copenhagen. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Copenhagen so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer.
Starting with number 10, Tivoli Gardens.
Such is this theme park's fame that some people come to Copenhagen just to visit Tivoli Gardens. And even if you're not in the mood to get on a roller coaster or carousel, it's a fantastic place for an amble thanks to its romantic 19th century representations of the Orient. After Bakken, also in Copenhagen, Tivoli Gardens is the world's oldest theme park, and if you do have kids with you, they will have the time of their lives on some of these rides. The Starflyer is worth mentioning, a carousel that hikes riders up 80 meters above the ground. At number 9 is the Nyhavn. New Harbor in English, this historic waterfront area is next to a 17th century canal where old wooden ships are still moored. On both sides of the canal are tall painted houses dating to the 1600s and 1700s, the ground floors of which house bars, restaurants, and cafes with outdoor seating. Now it's one of the best places to linger for a coffee or beer in summer. And it's a significant literary landmark, too. House numbers 18, 20, and 67 were home to the author Hans Christian Andersen at different times. At number 8, Christiansborg Palace. On the islet of Slotsholmen, Christiansborg contains Denmark's Supreme Court, the Prime Minister's office, and the Danish Parliament. The Danish royal family and Prime Minister also use the palace's ornate reception rooms for formal events and to receive other heads of state. The highlight of these reception rooms is the Great Hall, which is 40 meters long and can seat 400 guests. On tour, you'll also see the Riding School, which a gallery overlooks, and the Little Court Theatre built in 1767 and updated in 1842. At number 7, Rosenborg Castle. Christian IV built this palace at the start of the 1600s. His long reign and engagement in the 30 Years' War that swept across mainland Europe made him one of the best-known Scandinavian kings. The interiors of this lavish palace have hardly changed in centuries and feature historic tapestries charting the conflicts between Denmark and Sweden. You can also see the king's chambers, look at his bathroom and see where he wrote his correspondence. Be sure to browse the collections of 17th century Venetian glass and Flora Danica dinnerware in the tower chambers. At number 6 in our list, Botanical Garden. Occupying 10 hectares right in the middle of Copenhagen, these gardens are valued as much for their botanical wealth as the majestic iron and glass structures that house them. The glass houses date from the 1870s, and the most impressive of these is the conservatory complex built in 1874. Some of the species here are 200 years old. In all, more than 13,000 plant species are on display at the gardens. See if you can find the Arctic House, where high-tech air conditioning recreates a polar environment for the garden's Arctic species. At number 5, National Museum of Denmark. The National Museum of Denmark is considered one of Europe's best museums. It presents the broad spectrum of the country's history, from the days of the Vikings to the Danish Renaissance to the welfare state of the late 20th century. The museum's immense collection includes artifacts from Danish prehistory, Egyptian mummies, and coin exhibits from ancient Greece and Rome. It also features a separate children's museum that offers interactive exhibits for little ones, plus other sites throughout Denmark. Past travelers described this museum as well-organized and informative, although a few felt that some of the collections were out of place here. At number 4, Little Mermaid statue. This instantly recognizable statue sitting on a rock next to the Langelinie Promenade is undoubtedly the most famous landmark in the city. The sculptor Edvard Eriksson created the mermaid in 1913 as a tribute to the author Hans Christian Andersen, and Andersen's eponymous fairy tale inspires it. When you get up close to the statue, it will surprise you how small it is, but you'll have to take a photo because it's simply one of those international identifiers. Although some visitors say this statue is a bit underwhelming, others recommend the trek to it, citing its harbor view as its best feature. At number 3 in our list, Strøget. This pedestrian street runs on, and whether you're up for high street or high-end shopping, you'll find what you're looking for here. It's among the world's largest pedestrian malls, even if the prices aren't for the faint-hearted. If you want to find some independent shops, follow Strøget into the old city and try one of the narrow side streets. There's a beautiful mix of old specialty businesses that go back generations and hip boutiques for young fashionistas.
At number 2, Bakken Amusement Park.
An earthy alternative to Tivoli Gardens, Bakken is an amusement park located here since 1583. This makes it the oldest operating amusement park in the world. Bakken sits hidden in beach woodland a few kilometers up from Copenhagen, and after Tivoli Gardens, it's the most popular tourist attraction in Denmark. Bakken's attractions have a nostalgic, old-time quality. Take Rechabanen, with its rickety wooden scaffold dating back to 1932, or the Vile Music Hall, which hosts cabarets. Check out the number 1 places in our list. Kronborg Castle. Located west of Frederiksstaden, Rosenborg Castle was constructed during the Dutch Renaissance and completed in 1633 by King Christian IV. Today, visitors can see how the royal lived during that time, including the speaking tubes, the medieval version of intercom systems, the dining halls, and the chamber where the king died in 1648. A favorite of past visitors was the castle's collection of Danish crown jewels. Many also raved about the property's superb architecture, though some wished more information was displayed in each exhibit. Others suggested saving time for relaxing in the on-site garden. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Copenhagen? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.